Everybody has this habit of curiosity killed the cat. They want to go and find out more. There is no need. You have to find out about yourself, not about somebody outside. Why don't you want to find out about yourself? Who are you? What are you? Where are you going? What are you doing? Who is this I who talks like that all the time? So, drawing back this restless and the fidgety mind. The mind is very fidgety. Keeps on doing this, that, 100 things at one time. You love to see other people fall. You know, somebody in your life is there and you see that person is making a mistake and falling down. Very good. Yeah, very good. Yesterday a person was here. I said, you know, in my world, I don't spare anybody. If you are sitting in my class, I will not spare a single person because I am not selfish in my world. I want you to grow in your life, so I will ensure that I will do something about it. So even if I point out, it is important. I have nothing to gain, you have everything to gain, so that is why. Fidgety mind is the one which will keep on talking to itself. We are doing Bhagavad Gita chapter 6 verse 26. Drawing back the restless and the fidgety mind from all those objects after which it runs, he should repeatedly fix it on God. The mind along with the senses are the forefront. They are the front end. It's like an engine, you know, of a train. So the engine goes out. It is going on the tracks. So it is the one which is facing that world outside. So when it is facing the world outside, you are the driver in that seat. You keep on seeing left, right, here, there, everywhere. So when you see, when you hear, when you feel, when you touch, when you smell or when you taste, all your senses are moving out in the world. They gather all the sensory perceptions. They draw the sensory perceptions. And when they go to the next step, which is called the mind analyzes it and then says, okay, this is what it is, this is what it is, this is what it is. And then it goes out again to do some action. So this is a case of the mind. The mind is there for you to, it does a lot of stuff. Taking the inputs, I/O, you know, input, output, everything is done by the mind. Now, if your mind is disturbed by anything that is happening in this world, you see something and your mind gets disturbed. Now, there was a great fire in Mui, you know, Mui or whatever that is there in near Hawaii. Many people died. Many people died. Your heart may go out to those people. You are disturbed because you see those images of the houses burning down and everything happening. You get disturbed. There are many people who died here in India as well. Everywhere, you know, something or the other bad is happening. Suppose your eyes see these images and it goes out over there. You are going to be disturbed. Suppose you hear something. After hearing something, what happens to you? Your mind gets upset. Something happens. You hear about some things. Oh, this person is like this, that person is like that. Oh, this is going to happen, that is going to happen. Somebody says, you know, tomorrow the government is coming up with a new rule that the new note which they have introduced, they are going to scrap that note. You know how upset you become? Say, few years back, 2017 I guess, India introduced a 2000 rupee note. And 30th of September they are saying they will be scrapping the note. That note won't be there in existence. So the moment you hear this news, you get very upset about it. Oh my God, I had kept all my money in 2000 rupee notes. What am I to do? I have to give it back. I have to do this. So you get upset. Your mind is disturbed. Likewise, If you smell something, some bad smell is coming, and you go to investigate it, and you see a dead body lying over there. There is a mother, she was some 40, 43, 44 years old, a single mother of a young boy of 23 years. In Bangalore city, what happened was, this mother, she was staying somewhere and boy is staying somewhere else. So she went to the son's house. She went to the son's house and she went to, outside the bedroom, she got a very big stinking, very dirty smell was coming. So she opened the door and she found a body wrapped up in plastic over there. A body of a young girl of 16, 18, 20 years old, something like that. Naturally, the nose gets drawn towards it. The taste draws you towards something. Maybe you taste something and you can go back in, revere. You can think of, oh, this is the same thing that I tasted many years ago. So these kind of things happen. So the mind gets drawn towards that location. So for that, you have to shut down this mind's movements. Why is it that somebody is dying somewhere, it is affecting you? You are in India, somebody is dying in Hawaii, how does it affect you? No way. People are dying in Afghanistan or some other country, Russia or whichever country. Is it affecting you? Somebody of yours is dead? No. But you are upset. For what reason? You hear some people talking ill about you or something bad. They are saying, the government doesn't do anything. This happens, that happens. All these people are talking some nonsense. You are hearing those words. You are getting upset with those words. Why are you getting upset? Why is your mind going out to those places? Is it of any use to you? Are you the government? So, everybody has this habit of curiosity killed the cat. They want to go and find out more. There is no need. You have to find out about yourself, not about somebody outside. Why don't you want to find out about yourself? Who are you? What are you? Where are you going? What are you doing? Who is this I who talks like that all the time? So, drawing back this restless and the fidgety mind. The mind is very fidgety. Keeps on doing this, that, 100 things at one time. You love to see other people fall. Somebody in your life is there and you see that person is making a mistake and falling down. Very good. Yeah, very good. Yesterday a person was here. I said, in my world, I don't spare anybody. If you are sitting in my class, I will not spare a single person because I am not selfish in my world. I want you to grow in your life, so I will ensure that I will do something about it. So even if I point out, it is important. I have nothing to gain, you have everything to gain, so that is why. Fidgety mind is the one which will keep on talking to itself. There are some people who will keep on doing things outside, some people will see the inside. Oh, my mother-in-law, no, she is like this only. But I will not talk in the middle. Okay, let her do what she wants. No, that is not what we are talking about. You have to draw this mind inwards. And all the objects around you, why are you interested in those objects? What is your interest in those objects? Why are you so much bothered about what other people do, other people say, things are happening in this world? Why are you interested? Spiritual people should not be interested in other frivolous pursuits. They should be bothered about their own growth. They should be bothered about their own self, because they have to know their true self. So when they do stop running after things and objects in this world, then the mind is free from all these objects, isn't it? But mind is very, very fidgety. Remember this. Mind is like that dog in your house whom you feel, that he is sleeping just now, so nothing is happening. But when he wakes up, he will go and smash this and eat this and tear this and do. He will take your, slippers and run away, and he'll make mincemeat of it. And he sees something hanging from your bed, he will pull. Have you seen these dogs? Yeah, these dogs are there. If they have nothing to do, they'll run after their tail. They'll go round. Why? Nothing to do. Or they will be only looking at food. And if you have a female dog at home, then he is only looking at her. Okay? So this is how the world is. Your mind is exactly like this. Mind is like this dog. When it is sleeping, it's not doing anything. But when it wakes up, it wants to do some activity. Here, there. You want to run around, here, there. You want to tear some things. You want to eat something. You want to destroy something. That is all the mind is interested in. So you have to control your mind. Put him on a leash. The dog also, you put him in that small dog house, put him over there. Shut up, sit down over there, don't talk. And when he sees you, he will start barking. You have seen. You see, if he just sees you from some corner of his eye and he says, he'll just keep on doing that. So you don't try to show yourself. So somewhere he will just keep quieted down. After he has eaten a meal and all that, he'll just go to sleep, or he'll just lie there because he has nothing to do. So mind is what you have to control like this. Now, what do you give a dog who is very restless? Poor Jonathan gave a bone and that fellow died. No, you have to give a bone to the dog. Like that, you have to give God to this dog. Humans. We have to have God as our distraction. The mind should have one distraction, and that is God. So he says he should repeatedly fix it on God. The mind which is so fidgety, you should focus it on God. That's it. This is the way. So we move to the next verse. We are doing Bhagavad Gita chapter 6 verse 27. For to the yogi, whose mind is perfectly serene, who is sinless, whose passion is subdued, and who is identified with Brahma, the embodiment of truth, knowledge and bliss, supreme happiness comes as a matter of course. When your mind has nothing to do except think about God, you become serene. There is no disturbance anywhere because you are not looking at anything. People may be, that buzz is going somewhere or like that. You're not disturbed. There is a disease. It's called the ringing in the ear, tinnitus or something like that. So the tinnitus goes somewhere in the ear, in the inner ear. And that tinnitus is so painful for people who focus on that tinnitus. You focus on that thing, oh my God, I got a buzzing in my ear, The full day they are only thinking of that. Then they want a cure for it. What is the cure? You know what is the cure? Put another sound in the ear. So you keep on listening with headphones, music. So the tinnitus is, quietened, and then you are listening to maybe, all dance songs and all that. That is one way. Second way is there are sound waves which minus that frequency out. There is a certain frequency at which it is vibrating. It goes as zzz. Suppose you see a reverse wave like that. So what it does to this wave, it destroys this wave. So they put headphones which minuses this thing out. Otherwise it is so disturbing for human beings. I have tinnitus for the last, I think, how many years also I don't know. I love that sound, the reason why, because I can only hear Krishna, 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 Krishna in that sound. Nothing beyond that. It is like, the that sitar which goes on doing, 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 doing like that in the background. Exactly like that. It is going on and on and on and on and on. Even when I'm sleeping or when I'm waking up, that sound is always there. But that sound is heavenly for me. Why? Because I can only hear the Krishna's world vibrating. That's it. So can I listen to that? So what he says is, when that thing doesn't disturb you, nothing disturbs you, then you become serene. Then your outward appearance also is fine. It is good. Nothing happens. So you don't get disturbed at all. But did I say that the disturbance is not there? Disturbance is there. Everything. The buzzing sound is going around all over. Zzz, people are talking. Everything is going on. It's like a fair, a country fair, all that, the music, the sound and everything is playing. But you are not disturbed. It is like going on in the background. So who cares about the background? Don't worry. Don't bother about the background. See, and did I not tell you that if you are in love, you know what happens, no? You can only think of one person. So when you are in love with Krishna, what happens? You are only in love with Krishna. Nothing else happens. How does he look like? I don't know. Or where is he? I don't know. You don't know anything. You're least bothered about it. So Krishna says like this. He says, for a yogi whose mind is perfectly serene, which is sinless because nothing happens in the mind. One thought, one evil thought or one bad thought or any thought of any kind is sinful. You may not realize it. But if I just have a thought, this person is such an idiot, you can say these words. This person is such an idiot. He doesn't even look at the way he's talking. Your mind is saying these words. Somebody is speaking in front and you keep on talking like this in your mind. The fellow needs to shut up. What does he do? What does he think of himself? Your mind is going blah, 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 blah. Do you know how many sins you have committed? Hundreds of sins. I want you to understand, why is it a sin? Because then this person has to return it back to you. Are you thinking of that person? Then you have to be in a position where you are the talkative person and he is the silent one and he is going to think in his mind such bad things about you. Return. Huh? You have to give it back, no? You have taken from that person, so you have to give it back. So even the thought can be sinful. That is why Krishna says, who is sinless? No thought, nothing is going out, nothing is happening. He is only thinking Krishna, 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 Krishna. Whose passion is subdued. There is no passion there. He is dispassionate in everything. Let the world go out and do what it wants. Why should I be disturbed by what they are doing? Somebody is doing something to somebody else. Why should I be bothered about it? Let them do. I have not taken contract of doing anything to them, no? So if I have not taken contract, why do I need to bother myself about it? Passionless. You should become dispassionate. And who is identified with the Brahma? You are not identified with this person, the body. You are lost in this self, the Brahma. I only identify myself with that divine. I don't identify myself as some ordinary human being. I am not X, Y, and Z. I don't have a name. I am not having any identity. I have become unmanifest. In the body itself, you are unmanifest. Did I not tell you that the noise is going around? Yes. Did I say that you are supposed to investigate that? No. No investigation. No going into it. Not bothering yourself about it. Become sinless. Don't even have thoughts about those things. Why should it bother you? So such kind of a person, when he is a sinless person, passion is subdued. He is not even, what should I do about it? There is an old song in Hindi which says, सिकंदर ने पोरस से की थी लड़ाई तो मैं क्या करूं? Means what? Sikandar means Alexander the Great. You know Alexander? Somebody has heard of Alexander or no? So Alexander the Great, he came and fought with Porus. Porus was a king in India. Afghanistan, India and all that, that was a part of India. Whole thing was India. So when Alexander the Great walked over to India and he fought with Porus. Now this is being taught in school. So the teacher says Alexander came and fought with Porus. So this child says, so what do you want me to do with it? He must have fought that time, so what is the big deal? Same thing goes for, there is this class going on, Archie's comic. In Archie's comic, there is the character over there. I've forgotten his name. So, the teacher is teaching about the Boston Tea Party. So, teacher is saying about Boston Tea Party and she asked this fellow, he says, what happened in the Boston Tea Party? So he gets up and he says, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened in the Boston Tea Party. I was not invited. You have to understand, it's a joke. Boston Tea Party happened very, very centuries ago. But he was not invited. So he is just now learning in the class, but he doesn't know anything about it. So it is exactly like that. Why should you be bothered? So this person who is on the path of spiritual is not at all concerned with things. He is like this. Because he has identified himself with the Brahma, he is embodiment of Satchidananda, truth, knowledge and bliss. He is always in a state of tranquility, blissful state. And that is when the supreme happiness comes to this person. As a matter of course, it comes bundled with it. Software is bundled with it. Hardware. Okay, you take this. Come on. Satchidananda is coming package deal for you. When you buy this, you get this free. So for a yogi, buy one, get one. So he gets what is called as Satchidananda and it comes to him free of charge. As a matter of course. It just happens. So we'll do the next verse now. Bhagavad Gita chapter 6 verse 28. The sinless yogi, thus uniting his self constantly with God, easily enjoys that eternal bliss of oneness with Brahma. So this particular person who has entered this state of Satchidananda, where is he going to enjoy that bliss? In the unmanifest only. If he is trying to enjoy in the manifest, he will have to sing and dance and do all kinds of stunts, isn't it? Because he has a body there. So he will have to maybe play the disco music or something like that and keep on dancing over there. But in the Brahma, he is dissolved. So when you are dissolved, what is there to dance about and sing and do anything? You yourself don't exist. Brahma doesn't exist. You don't know what is going to happen there. So why are you bothered so much? So this person, he unites himself constantly with God, easily enjoys the eternal bliss of oneness with Brahma. So with the divinity, that is the unmanifest divinity, this yogi is dissolved. So we'll do the next verse. We are doing Bhagavad Gita chapter 6 verse 29. The yogi who is united in identity with the all-pervading infinite consciousness, whose vision everywhere is even, beholds the self existing in all beings and all beings as assumed in the self. Now this strange thing happens to the person. When he is in the Brahma, when he is in that blissful state, the blissful state is so wonderful that when you enter the state of blissfulness, you see the same identity in every creature there. You don't identify them as X, Y, Z, A, B, and C. Nothing like that. No names. Nameless things. They're all part of the whole. So you identify each and every human being, animal, bird, or whatever creature that you can think of. You identify it as yourself only. You and they are one and the same. It is when you are lost in the self, when you have entered the state of blissfulness, then there is no differentiation between anybody. So the yogi who is united in identity with the all-pervading infinite consciousness, Brahma, whose vision everywhere is even. The Brahma is undisturbed. Remember this. It doesn't get disturbed with anything. So when the Brahma is there, you have got and dissolved in the Brahma. I want you to think like this. Brahma is a person. Think. Now, you are a virus. So, you enter the Brahma. Can you say I have a separate identity than Brahma, or you have become one with him? Now you are inside that place, so everything looks one and the same, isn't it? You also have become part of it. This is one way of looking at it. The other way of looking at it is, everything is Brahma. Why were you segregating yourself out? If Brahma and God is everywhere, why are you segregating yourself out as that you are a separate person? Right? Brahma is everywhere, isn't it? It's here, everywhere. So every creature that is there on earth, including the sun, the moon, the rays, the stars, the air around me, and everything that is there is Brahma. Then I will see this person who thinks he is XYZ. How can he say that the other person sitting in front of him is different? He is also in Brahma, no? I am in Brahma, he is in Brahma, she is in Brahma, they are in Brahma, birds are in Brahma, this earth is in Brahma, everything is Brahma. And that is why this person doesn't see any differentiation. So whose vision everywhere is even. So vision is even. Everything is Brahma only. I am inside this Brahma. So beholds the self existing in all being. The same thing is existing in every person. And beings are assumed in the self. And every being is in the self, in the Brahma only. So you are Brahma. Now see the words which are written in the scriptures. Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahma. You have dissolved in the Brahma. Tattvamasi. Thou art that. You are also Brahma. If I am Brahma, you are Brahma. Everything is Brahma. Where is everybody then? We are all inside this whole thing. It doesn't have limitations. There is no outer covering and inner covering of Brahma. Brahma is Brahma is Brahma. Period. Does it have a beginning? No. Does it have an end? No. Is it endless? Yes. Is it eternal? Yes. Then what makes you think that you are not part of this Brahma? As a human being, you today think that I am born, I will be dead. I will be born again and I will be dead. But when Brahmanyana comes to you, you see yourself in the Brahma and everything is one and the same. So we will stop over here at verse 29.